Welcome back. Good to be back. I feel like it's been forever. I don't know why.
Good little week
I've
off.
Yeah, dude. It's been nice. It was definitely nice. Just got back from vacation like 2 days ago, and there is just a pile of stuff that I'm trying to get through. So it's just one thing after another. Some early pairs landed yesterday. I came home to a few different sneakers. Converse sent me some stuff, but the wrong size for some reason. So I'm like, well, okay, I
What
guess I'm
size
not
did you
gonna
get?
11s, of course. But I'm just like, why? They sent me a box like a week prior to this that was my size. So I was like, what are you doing? So we'll
Hey,
see.
free
Maybe we'll
Converse, regardless.
figure it out. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna reach out and be like, send me more stuff. I know what I want now. So let me know
Yeah, fair
if I can
enough.
get it. But yeah, finally back from vacation.
How
Just
was
playing
it? Let's
catch
hear
up,
about it.
man. Dude, it was incredible. It was just beautiful out there. It was a whole different world, really, because like just they just do everything differently. But so we
hmm
started the trip, flew into Dublin, and then I think it was like an hour and a half drive from Dublin across the country to Galway. We stayed in Galway for a few days. It was beautiful. Just a ton of little like their downtown scene is very fun. A lot of pubs, a lot of shops,
hmm
restaurants, whole 9 yards. So we just had a lot of good food, and I got an impromptu tattoo of like a clover right here on her arm because we were
Oh,
just at
really?
this pub, and right across the street was a tattoo parlor, and she was like, "I'm gonna go there tomorrow and get a tattoo," and I was like, "Okay." So
Fair
she
enough.
did that. She got in the ocean, which was way too cold, and I was like, "No,
Where
I'm
was
not."
this Greece you said?
Galway in Ireland.
Gotcha. I
So
was
it
gonna
was,
say when in
yeah,
Rome, get a
when in
tattoo,
Rome,
but
right? You might as well.
yeah.
But when in Ireland, I guess get a tattoo of a clover. But
Yep.
yeah, dude, it is just beautiful. It was insane out there. From there, probably the most stressful thing I've ever done. So they drive on the wrong side of the road, or to them, the right side of the road, and all the cars,
Yep.
are different to
It's
adapt
not
to
even the
that.
right side because it's the left side they drive on.
It makes, I mean, it's
We're
difficult
double
for
the
me
right.
to
We're
get
on the
used
right
to.
and we're doing it right.
Exactly. But once you do it for like, a little bit, you do get used to it. They have a lot of roundabouts. So that's kind of, you pull up to it and you're like, okay, I go this way. I'm just kind of always like following people. So I know what I'm doing. The rental car was this big Volvo XC90. So like they're kind of mid sized, a little
Oh, I
bit
love those.
bigger than
Yeah.
a mid sized SUV. It was a big car.
hmm
Um, so we showed up to the rental place and they're like, hey, the car you reserved, it's actually at like our other location. If you want to wait a little bit, we can bring it over here, no problem. But if not, we have a 2024 Volvo XC90, 10 miles on it. Do y'all want to just use this for like $20 extra or whatever a day? And we were like, yeah, that sounds fun. Like, we'll take a brand new car. Little did we know the roads are very small, especially the back
Yep.
roads.
Yeah. Big
So
cars
it's
in
like,
Europe are a no go.
dude, it's like your tires are perfectly in between the lines, which it was fine getting to Galway because it was more like highways. But from there, after a few days, we decided to take I think it was a 3 hour road trip to the Cliffs of Moher, which is what I posted on my story. Just beautiful, like green hills that cut off into the ocean. Like the view was insane. But for I think an hour and a half of that drive, it's just windy roads going through this valley with like stone walls on each side of you, like the little stacked
Yep.
stones. So it's like, okay, if I turn any bit, I'm scraping into a stone wall. And
It's a
if I
brand new
turn the
car
other
too.
way, I'm hitting a car. So the whole time I'm just white knuckling the steering wheel, going, oh God, car's coming. I'm
Yeah.
like fully slamming on the brake, trying to not hit. And yeah, I thought I was gonna just have a heart attack. So drove for about 3 hours doing that, and I felt like just an old man after that with the amount of
Yeah.
stress that
Fair enough.
endued. But oh, it was sick. From there, went to Paris, which was amazing. We went, we did the typical like Eiffel Tower. We went to the Louvre, which the Louvre was insane. It was so cool. I
Really?
didn't know much about it. I've just heard of it, but like saw the Mona Lisa, saw all this like just insane like artwork from every period of mankind, and it was just
That's cool.
ridiculous. Like all the marble structures and statues they've done.
That's the main reason I want to go to Europe is all the history. I mean, that's like the world histories in Europe, and
Yeah.
the art and the
Yeah.
structures and everything.
Dude, but it was just unreal. And just the architecture all around the city. Like our Airbnb, I think it was like a 15-minute, well, it was like a 30-minute walk to pretty much anywhere in the city, but we're fast walkers, so we're just like bop, trucking around the city. I think we did like 10 miles a day on average, which was crazy.
Holy,
Now I
that's
feel
a lot.
like $1,000,000. I'm like, okay, cool. I've been like
Yeah,
out and about, walked like 50 miles over this past week, if not
that's
more.
ridiculous.
So that was sick. But where was I getting at? Yeah, I mean, we were just able to go everywhere. Went in a ton of different shops. Saw Kith Paris. It was beautiful. Like just that
Yeah.
location is
When you posted those
absolutely
pictures
insane.
and stuff, I was like, oh, that's sweet.
It was one of those where I was like, I think that was the last day we were there, and I told Anna like before we got to Paris, I was like, I only ask that we go to Kith Paris, and she was kind of just like, okay, like I don't care.
Yeah, it's the
Sure.
one thing you really, really want to do. So
Yeah. But she's like, she was kind of indifferent. And then we got there and she was just like, yo, like, this is insane. Ate in their
yeah,
little cafe and had, like, according to her, like, the best, just like salmon bagels that it was just like incredible. The food was great. Their selection
that's
was
good.
crazy. They had all the new, like, 1906s that just dropped, a ton of just like random stuff, all heat. And I was like, of course, I have no room in my suitcase to bring anything else back. So
Well,
I'm
shipping's an arm and a leg too.
like, exactly. At the same time, I'm like, I don't need anything. I'm fine.
Yeah,
But man, is this tempting to not just be like, oh, okay, this is all here. Let's just buy
I can
out the
imagine.
store. Yeah, dude. But the sneakers I saw out there, it's like a completely different world. I was texting with you about this a little bit,
hmm
and it was like every time me or Anna saw a pair of Nikes, we would just be like, oh, there's a pair of Nikes. That's weird. Like it was never Jordans.
Huh.
I think I saw like a few pairs of Jordan 1 lows, like not the OGs, like just the retail pairs, but a ton of like Air Max pluses and like Air Max
I
TNs,
figured. Yep.
which makes sense.
That's
But
like no two ways. The UK company. It's all like kind of bulky models. Like
yeah,
did you see any of those there at all?
I didn't, which was weird, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't see any.
They're a
But
growing company.
yeah, for sure. And maybe I didn't. I just wasn't looking. But
Yeah.
a lot of. Are you familiar with the brand? I think it's Autry, Autry. I just started following them recently. They have like their little American flag on the logo. They look kind of like,
They kind of look like
like
they
that
look like a mix
rivalry
of load
low
and
550s. Like,
what's collagen?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Collegium
So it's like
in
that
the
kind of
US.
style. But I kid
Yeah,
you
that's what they
not,
look like to me.
every time I would look down, it'd be like 3 pairs of those.
Really?
And I was just like, that's insane. Because they're like an American brand, or their like thing is like Autry USA. So I'm like, their logo is the American flag. And I'm like, why is everyone here wearing this brand?
I've never
Like,
seen the pair of those.
that was like their Air Force Ones,
Huh.
100%. Which it was weird, but it was really cool. But outside of that, it was a ton of like the Adidas like Campus 2000s, Sambas,
Yeah.
Gazelles, New Balance, anything, Solomon, anything. Like it was just crazy. It was weird because I know I've said this before on the pod, but like living in Atlanta where I am, I go outside, it's all Jordans, it's all Nike. That's really it. Now it's getting more like New Balancey, but I was like, this is a completely different world. But side story outside of this, because I just thought of New Balance here. I was walking to the car the other day because I was going to get some groceries, and I was finally wearing like these for the first time, the Salehi Bembry Lava
The
1906s.
lavas. Yep.
And one of the guys that lives in the, I think it's our same building, but on the other side, He was like walking his dog or whatever and saw me hop in the car. And then like a week later, I was walking out to the car again and he stopped me. He's like, "Yo, I saw you walking out in the car and you had those Salehis on, bro." He's like, "I tried to get those. I couldn't get them. Like, what? How did you get those?" And I was like, well, I mean, no. So we talked about sneakers for a little bit, but I thought that was so funny. I was like, that's not a shoe that I would have ever thought someone would be like, "Oh," you know?
I mean, if
But
you know, you know.
it's loud.
Especially with
It's
how
loud
hard those
too.
were to get.
Yeah. So I thought that was funny. I was like, well, same building too. You gotta love it. But yeah, yep, that's really it. Short, sweet story of the trip. It was great. Definitely needed it. So now just trying to mentally get back into the content zone. Currently
Yeah,
editing
out
2
of it for a bit,
videos.
probably nice, but getting back into it's probably tough.
Yeah, it stacks up. It all stacks up. And then you see everybody else posting and you're like, "Oh, but I want to post. But I have ideas." It's like, it's weird.
Yeah, the world
It's
doesn't stop
crazy.
moving. That's for sure. I mean, we got a lot of
Definitely
stuff to
doesn't.
talk about that happened in the last 2 weeks.
Dude, I was just digging through Hypebeast and Sneaker News, and I was like,
Yeah, there's a lot.
where did all this come from?
We'll get
Where
to
did
it.
all this come from? But what about you? What's been new?
What has been new? Still doing stuff around the house. Installed a new Ring doorbell, built the grill, just house stuff, which is fun. I like doing that. I painted this room, a couple of holes today. I fixed it, and I mounted hung these shelves up
Matches
with
your
all the
hat
AE
right now.
ones. Got all the AE ones. I'm in the guest room that we have.
Yeah.
So
You have all the AE ones, right? Now.
got them all. I even have the new Velocity Blue that are dropping tomorrow.
That's crazy. That's like so blue too.
It's very blue.
I think those look
Yep.
so cool.
I
And
mean,
I
you
was
can
I was
compare it
telling
to,
you
like,
before this, but
the
the
other
video
designs.
you posted today, it's just unreal. The
Well,
quality
thank
of that B-roll. I was
I
pissed.
tried.
I
It's
was
you know what's funny
pissed.
is it's something I realized today. I was gonna put this on my story too, but I didn't. I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff coming in, and there's a lot of
Mhm.
ideas you get, and like filming it and doing it, and just day to day it gets repetitive. And I think a big thing that helped me today was I knew I had to film this. Like shoes are dropping tomorrow. Like wanted to get it out, and I was like, how can I like change it up? Because you get your background, you do your thing every day. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I got to get the podcast room set up. Waited a week and a half. Told you I'd have it done for the next podcast. It's pretty done now. I just got to get
Yeah.
some plans and stuff. But
It's getting there.
so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna film the AE1 video, and I built this like got a new desktop here and put a new legs and stuff. And so I filmed the AE1 video in here, and it was like doing a video for the first time. The white balance was all screwed up. Color grading I do completely manually on the whole thing because otherwise it looked terrible. But it was like different angles for B-roll, different. It's an empty room essentially, so it was kind of enlightening. So I think I'm going to try to mix up my environment when I'm doing videos more.
Smart.
I think it's just good for the creativity on my side. So
That's what I was about to say. Any new environment you're working with, it's just creativity boosts.
yeah,
I like it. I like it. But
so
what other new pairs did you get in? I know you got, what was it? It was like the pair of A6? That like burgundy pair? Or did you get those?
dude, my mind is going blank right now. A6.
Too much. It was like red and green. I think it was a collab. I can't remember who. Above the Clouds. I don't think it's Above the Clouds. But maybe it is. Or maybe
Dude,
it
I
was
have no
someone
idea.
else that posted it. I don't know.
I don't
Like,
think I've
there's
gotten
no
any
telling.
A6. This is when you know you're getting a lot of stuff in when you don't even
Yeah.
know. Earl's collection.
Earls. That's who it was.
See, I posted about those 10 days ago. I've posted
That was
6
10
different
days
shoes
ago.
since then, so they are
Isn't
beyond
that
my
crazy?
mind.
Flies.
The Earl's collection, yeah, that it's funny because I literally think that's a top 10 sneaker this year, no doubt. Like I think that's my
Oh, yeah.
House Studios collab for the year. Like you got to get a pair of those. Just trust me on
Yeah.
it. And they're going for like
they're so clean.
$150. Like sell a pair and buy those. You would wear them all the time. And I didn't think like I was kind of an impulse buy, and then I got them in, and I was like, whoa, Like these are nice. So Earl's
That's what I
Collection
like to hear.
A6.
Yeah. Speaking of the house studio, I was texting you about this when I was in Paris and saw it, but
Mm-hmm.
s- probably like 4 or 5 different just random pairs of any colorway of house studio on
Did
the
you see the
street.
brown pairs?
Not the original, sadly. It was the
That's the rare
forest,
pair,
whatever the
man.
second. I know it was that one, and then the glacier. But I just kept seeing them
Glacier's
every
money.
other
Did you
day.
bring what shoes did you bring?
It's a good question. So I brought my Asics Kayano 14s, the neutral gray 85s, which those held up really well.
Oh yeah, those are
One of
great
the
beaters.
10-mile days, I wore those.
Wow.
Just didn't think I was walking that much that day. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, feet didn't hurt, creasing wasn't
Hmm.
bad. I was like, let's go. I'm here for that. And then my New Balance 990 V6s. It was. I tried to pack for more like adventure stuff because we thought we were gonna do more like hikes, but we
Yeah, you want
didn't.
to have some good
So
shoes, especially for walking.
yeah, but hey, they worked out. They worked out.
Oh, that's good.
Only 3 pairs. That's all I needed. But
Yeah,
anyway,
so you need to get the Earl's Collection for sure.
I
What
love
else?
those.
I got Abby a pair of the Jordan 4 sales that just came out. She loves
That was a good
those. It's her
video.
first pair of
Yeah.
fours. Shout out Champ Sports, killing it.
Whoop, whoop.
Um, they don't have extended sizing, so I couldn't get a personal pair, but they're sweet in hand. They're actually pretty cool quality. They have uh, a stamped tongue. They're not like embroidered or no tag. It's like imprinted into the tongue, which I really like. The Jordan.
That's cool.
Um, I got big one, the 85 metallic reds. I love
I
those.
forgot about those. Yeah.
Yes, that was the big one. So those we've been talking about those for I don't know a while now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been like sneaker of the year, and we've been talking about it on the podcast. And honestly,
Yeah.
when I got them in hand, they're not they're perfect in my mind. They're not like the other 80. They're similar to the other 85 retros, but they're not like when you look at the black and white Jordan 1 High 85s, the toe box, the outer portion maybe looks a little too thick. The
I
there's
could see
different
that.
elements about it that look not correct. This metallic red pair is perfect. The shape, the paneling. Maybe I just got a really good pair, but everything about
It's
them is
possible.
insane. And I'm holding to it. I think it's a top 5 shoe this year. And that's saying that with the intent of saying that at the end of the year. Like I will stand by that. And Earl's Collection, I think that's top 10, and that could probably get bumped out with some of the stuff we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. But honestly, the Earl's
Possible.
Collection is insane, and the metallic red is everything with the box, the extra hang tag, the history, the retro, the 85 shit. Like they're perfect. So I actually got 2 pairs of those. I'm going to be rocking the hell out of those.
Of course you did. Smart. That's the way you should do
It,
it.
well, it was kind of an accident. I bought a pair on Goat early, and then the stock got dropped, so I had a pair on Goat.
Okay.
Shout out to Goat. Not a shout out, but kind of a shout out. It took a month and a half for Goat for me to get my pair. No joke, a
Mm,
month and a half. And they
that's
didn't.
so annoying.
I hit them up like a week and a half ago. I was like, so it's been over a month. I still don't have my pair, and they're like, oh, like it's shipping this week. And then sure enough, it shipped, and I got it. And
Sure it
I don't know what the
is.
deal was, but yeah, and it came from Japan, which I don't know what the deal is. I think Goat has like a secret in with the factories. Here's my very big conspiracy theory, and when this comes true, we'll go back
Mm,
to this clip. But I think Goat
yeah.
has something with the factories because before shoes drop, you can go on Goat and buy early shoes, and all the prices are the same. They're like $214, $214 for nine and a half, 10, and they're all like the same price, and it's like a weird number. And then they always ship from China or Japan, and then they take a while to come in. And you can go, what's a pair that's dropping soon?
Um. Oh man. Let me think.
Let me go to their
The
calendar. Let me see. We got the find one. Trophy rooms, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think those like
It's
just.
kind of coming up too soon.
What is a
Let me go
sneaker
something kind of down
that's
the
like
line.
coming out?
The white sulfur or the vivid sulfur Jordan 4. This is exactly what
Okay.
I'm talking about. So we have the women's Jordan 4 vivid sulfur dropping April 6th. There's every single size is in stock from a size 5 to a size 12. And the price is $897 for every single pair from a size
That's so
5
weird.
to a size 12. Brand new in box. Verified before shipping to you, so they're not instant ship, which that's where I think they get away with it. And they're all the exact same price. And this happens for every shoe. I mean, it's weird how often we got the. Let me see if I can find another one. I mean, you can go on the Goat app and just look it for yourself, but it's
Yeah.
I don't know what the
I've
deal is.
noticed that in the past, but I never put any thought into it. But that
because this is like
would
the
make
second or
sense.
third time I've actually bought one of those shoes, and they've shipped from Japan, and then they go through customs, and it takes forever. This time it took a month and a half, and the pair that I bought was from Premier or End, one of the two, and they shipped from Europe, and I got them in 4 days. Like, I don't know how they got here so quickly, but I got them, and that was a retail hit. But I don't know, some weird stuff's going on. But so I got those, and then the AEs, and then Soul Savvy custom ones, super fire pair, insane color scheme. Yeah, I mean, I've just kind of been posting about it and just been doing that. And then I'm also going to New York tomorrow morning to film a sweet video with John Carlo, Blazendary. So getting a YouTube video on his page finally out again. So yeah,
it's about time.
I know.
It's about time.
I know. We're going to film it. It's going to be fun. We're going to film it like I'm a subscriber of his. Because basically he's been dormant on YouTube for a while now because he's been killing it on Whatnot, and that's what we're going to cover. And he's been trying to figure out a way to basically say I've been doing this and like how to transition it because his contents would be different now if he does it. And so the way we're going to film it is me getting off the plane super quick, and then within 5 seconds he's picking me up in the car and we're talking in the car and what have you been up to lately? What's new? Like, what's your day to day? And it's going to be kind of a vlog, but it's going to be going through his warehouse, his collection at his house, and just filming it like I'm a subscriber, and I'm just going to be asking him a bunch of questions like what's new, what's up, and we're going to do like the whole day. So it should be fun.
It's a good
idea. Kind of an impromptu trip, but I'm excited.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, no, it should be fun. So little flight tomorrow. I'll be back Saturday, and that's that.
Gang.
So, what do you got? What did you get in the mail?
I'll show you. Latte, Jordan 1 High, women's. It's actually my size. They look really good. It's like a very chalky kind of nubuck on the heel. Similar, I mean, same material as all the others. Nice little mocha hits. The only weird part is that just insole. The insole's so just interesting. It's got this little, I don't even know what I would consider it, like a latte froth
it looks like
on the top.
Latte art on the top of a coffee.
Yeah. I think the other insole says 23, but it's kind of wavy matching the rest of this.
See, I like that one. It's such a basic shoe that I'm glad they did something cool with it.
Yeah.
How's the material?
Crazy. The heel part is nice. Everything else, I mean, I feel like everything else is pretty standard. Like, it's not too crazy. I like that they left just the hang tag, like the tip or the tongue tag. It's typical tongue tag. I can't speak, but it's nothing like different. It's not like the leather that they've been using.
Yeah,
the laces are kind of mid, but you know they're not like the standard Jordan 1.
Good beater.
Got the I don't even know what these are called. Jordan
Oreos,
4 black
maybe?
and white Oreo. Yeah. About the same. I actually like these more than the Thunders or the Red Thunders. I just feel like easier to wear, and the others are just too loud. But
I do
cool
too.
Yeah. Then I think this is the last pair. Ding ding. These are sick, dude.
I've been
The
wanting a pair of those.
Kyrie Anta ones. Just that embroidery on the toe box, man. It's just so clean. And I didn't realize this from the photos, but like this whole thing is just that like boost material with like all
Yeah,
the
that's
nubs
nice.
on it. Texture on the outsole is wild too, but really cool shoe. Excited to review these. They actually sent them out, so I was thrilled.
I know I'm very jealous about it.
It was one of those where it's like I want them, but I mean, I'm not gonna buy them because I'm not gonna get much use out of them. But outside of that, like 2 pairs of Converse. That's it. That's it. Nothing too crazy. Now I'm just trying to work through these three and all the pairs from the Adidas trip, and then there's some other stuff coming in that I'm like, okay, gotta
Get back
just
to it. Yeah.
get started.
what are they? The Gym Reds? No, there was a name for them. I can't remember. They're not Gym Reds. They're not Track Reds. They're not.
University red. I don't
Nope.
know. Like they're all the same. So, I mean, it's just more of a burgundy Jordan 1 high. They're all
Yeah.
right. I had like the
Uh,
kids. It was like a youth pair, and they were okay. So
17 lows. Special
these
box.
have me like kind of upset because I really like the 17 lows, but like, isn't it if you peel off that back sticker, like the protective sticker on the back, like don't you peel that off and it's like silver? I'm almost positive because I saw a few pictures and like you can kind of tell
Maybe.
when you peel it off it's silver. So I'm like, why would you keep the blue on there when it's actually silver? Because I think the
Yep.
blue looks so
Now that
much
I'm seeing
better.
that, it says Peel, but then there's Jordan underneath.
Yeah. And if
Sample. Then maybe
I
they
bought
couldn't,
this
but I don't know why
shoe
they wouldn't.
thinking it was going to be blue and then you peel it off and it's just silver, I'd be like, it doesn't look
When
as
they
cool.
have the official photos, I know they'll peel it, but
Maybe. Yeah.
yeah,
But
weird
that's just
one.
something I noticed the other day and I was like,
I
man,
didn't
it doesn't
notice
make them
that.
look as
I'm
cool.
glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
This is definitely the highlight. The Jordan 4 vintage green, I think they called it. Super cool
Something.
pair.
Yeah.
It looks
I'm just
like
not a fan of
the
the leather on the like the cage on the side and the heel. I
See,
feel
I
like
like
that kind
that.
of
It
ruins
reminds
it.
me a lot of the Jordan 4 Sands from 2004. I've
Okay.
had a couple pairs of those. The shape of the back heel, the leather that they use, the midsole being a little yellowed, Jumpman on the
Yeah.
back. Not a huge fan of the Jumpman. I like the Air, but
Yeah.
it's a cool pair. I definitely think I'll probably grab a pair of these.
It's very clay green Jordan 1 and I that's like my favorite shade of green on Jordans. I just think it looks good.
Same. Yeah, I'm a big green person. I'm too. That's our wedding colors, so
True.
I will definitely be getting a pair of those lattes. Just talked about those Oreo
Clean.
sixes. Nothing
Dude, I've had
crazy.
I've had almost every one of these shoes. That's insane.
Fair. Yeah, pink
Except
lows,
those
11
pink
lows.
11s.
Okay, so this is the next one too. These are funny. They named it the Space Jam. These are not the Space Jam 11 lows. They're calling
Really?
them the Gamma Blues, or not Gamma Blues, just the 11. They gave it a weird name and they made a joke about it too. They're like, so these are the Space Jam 11 lows, but we're not calling them the Space Jams. They're the blank. And I can't remember the name of them, but
Yeah.
again, I don't know why they're just like Space Jam 11s. Like everyone
It
knows what that shoe is.
it doesn't need to be changed. Like just
Yeah, 90
you're
$190
putting too much effort
retails.
into something that
Steep.
doesn't matter. Yeah,
Exactly.
190.
These were
I don't know
cool.
about that.
Japan
Actually,
Co. lows,
really.
Jordan 1s. I like the highs a lot. I've had a few
Yeah,
pairs of them.
the lows I'll pass on, but those highs, I want those like really
These,
bad. I don't know why. I think
the
that's just a
microwave
sick shoe.
tinfoil ones.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Oh,
That leather
these are
just looks so
crazy.
sick. Dude,
So the glitter one highs. So
pulling up in an all black fit.
yeah,
And
that's crazy.
those?
So I mean, there's some good stuff, but there was some stuff that I
Yeah.
like wasn't, because you get everything early. I see it all, like you know what's coming. It's like the green fours. That was the first shoe that they put in the live, and I
Yeah.
was like, all right, like we might see some stuff we haven't seen before. So they kept some stuff under wraps, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But still,
And I think this is
nothing
only
crazy.
for May and June, right? That's what it says up top.
That's crazy then. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Well, there you go.
two
We'll probably get
stacked
another one in the
months,
middle
in
of the
my
summer.
opinion. I like it. I like it.
Funny one here. So the Jordan 3 Black Cement was originally reported, I believe, by Soul Savvy, that it was going to be reimagined, and that there was going to be some changes with it. News
Mm-hmm.
came out this past week from Z saying that it's not going to be a reimagined pair. It's going to stick to the original specifications of the 1988 Black Cement release, which it's funny because Nike's doing this thing. We kind of just touched on it, where it's like they're doing original spec to the original Jordan, and then
Yeah.
they're doing reimagined, and then they're doing switching the names up. Like if they just call these the red and black cement threes or the red elephant
Yeah,
prints, like if they switched it and it's built to the spec of the original, what are we doing? And then they do the reimagined where it's the same thing but it's different, but then it's got a slightly different name, like the Lost and Founds, but it's a Chicago. So
true.
I'm confused. We need some clarification from Nike.
Something. Speak up. Did you
Well, I've
watch
been
this?
seeing too, um, like some people have been considering like what's all a part of the reimagined series, like the Hyper
Yeah,
Royals were reimagined, the Patent Breads were technically reimagined, the Lost and Founds, like the Jordan 3 White Cements, like we don't even know it's all a part of the reimagined series technically. So
it's
I don't know.
weird. Did you watch the recent episode of the Complex Sneakers podcast where they talked about the reimagined series a little bit?
I did not know.
I thought it was really interesting. I'm going to butcher their takes, but they were talking about how, like, 10 years from now, or maybe like 5 years from now, like, those pairs are going to be pretty exclusive because when you think about it, like, it's highly unlikely that Jordan Brand is going to re-release like a reimagined Bread Jordan 4 that's like leather. So later on down the line, it's going to be that unicorn pair within the Bread 4 lineage that it's like, oh, but remember that one pair? That one was leather. Like that was
I
a good
hope they are like
you know
that.
what I
That'd be
mean?
cool.
And like the Royals, it's like, oh, but that pair was like suede. It was so different.
I still
Like all
gotta
the
get a
others
pair
are
of those.
leather. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's a very interesting way to think about it because obviously, like, it's hard to think about that in the moment when they're
Hmm.
dumping hundreds and thousands of pairs on us and everyone's wearing them now. But the people that keep them and don't wear them and have them like 10 years from now, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, you can't
That's
get
true.
those anymore. Like, because it's highly unlikely, in my opinion, that they release. But
I agree.
you never
Oh,
know.
it's a good thing to
Later on,
think
they
about.
probably will. Yeah, just thought it was a fascinating take, but
Um,
not reimagined fours.
yeah. Travis Scott's not done with the Jordan 1 low. We talked extensively last podcast about Travis Scott dropping shoes 50 years from now.
Yep.
Um, even posted a clip on it. I mean, this is just another mocha, reverse mocha, but now it's an olive, and they're not
See
coming
this
this year. They're
one,
coming next year.
like looking at these photos, yeah, they're dropping in 2025, but like when I clicked the link for this article, I had to stare at the shoe for a while to figure out like what was different about this from the olives cuz it's like the
Just the
same
tone of
shoe.
brown, I think. I don't really even
Well, no,
know.
they flip-flopped cuz I think the olives, the base is black and the swoosh is olive. Maybe, I
Yep.
think. So they just flipped it, and I'm like,
I
really?
mean, these look way better, but
They do, and this is a men's pair, so it's going to be more like easily accessible. But I'm like, really? That's what we're doing now? And
I
just
like the
being like,
rain photos they got here too.
I know, like it's kind of interesting. They've been killing the photos. I realized the other day, and I don't know if this is out here or not, but some of the early pairs we get are from this dude that takes all
Knowing
these
Kicks.
photos. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Shout out Knowing Kicks. Taking Seth's
I don't know
job.
who he is. I don't know anything about him, but I was looking at some of the pairs. It was like a pair we had a few months back. It was like a random Jordan 1. And I noticed on the heel, like what was it? There was like a little, oh, it's playing music. It's playing loud music.
Oh, is that playing?
Yeah. That's funny. Sorry, train of thought. But there was like a thread sticking out on like the back of the Jordan 1 and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I was looking through photos for like getting information on him writing the script, and I noticed his photos had the exact same thread in the exact same spot. And I was like,
That's the
"Interesting."
pair.
I was like, "I wonder." I mean, it would make sense. And you could
Yeah.
tell someone had like wore them to like take photos outside. And I was like,
It all just goes around, man.
it really does. It's insane. But yep, more Travis Scott. Hip hip hooray. Woot woot.
Nothing exciting. This
Nope.
one's I don't even these don't even look real. These are the Verde Nike SB Dunk Low. This is the next collab. I
I think it's
mean,
Verdi.
Verdy.
I don't know. I don't know how
These
to
look
say
like a
words.
fake dunk that you'd find on Temu,
They really do. You know
like
what
a
they look
color
like?
scheme of the Grateful Dead's that just didn't exist.
They look like the Kizzo Kicks that came out semi recently,
They do, yeah.
but that's just me.
What
Yeah.
did they do a shoe before?
I don't know. I know nothing about Verdi personally,
You know how
but
to
I did
pronounce
think
it
this
no
story
better than
was
me.
interesting because I saw a few sneaker like Instagram pages posting, and apparently this guy was going around asking all of the sneaker blogs if they wanted to buy the photos of the early pairs to be the first people to post them. And he was
Hmm.
like asking, like, yo, pay me $3,000 and I'll send you the photos of the sneakers that I'm doing with Nike. All of them said no. And then he just ended up posting the pictures himself, like on his Instagram. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. I respect the hustle,
Where did
but
you
it's
hear
like,
this?
I think it was like, what's his name? Date Ass Kicks posted it on his story like a while ago. Maybe he posted it on his actual Instagram. I'm going to try and pull it up. But
Because
I
if I
was
make a
just like,
clip out of this, I want to make sure we're.
no, for sure, for sure. But yeah, describe to the listeners what this beautiful shoe
Yeah,
looks
I
like.
probably I've been forgetting to describe some of these, but it's
I'm
basically
insane.
think of the Grateful Dead SB Dunks, and then switch all the side paneling to a light blue, and then switch all the fur to a light green, and then put a pastel pink swoosh with super yellow pastel-y laces midsole, and then a pastel green outsole. So it's basically like Easter in a shoe, essentially.
It's wild.
It's cool. I mean, I would wear these on Easter, and that would be it.
Yep. So it was him that posted this. I'm going to send you the post now. So
Yeah, send me it so I
the
can put it
original
on the clip.
post, it was a tweet, and he said, "Notice how Verdi leaked his own shoe, goat emoji. Shoe collaborators need to be taking notes." And then someone responded to his tweet saying he was also in the DMs of early pair MFers, asking them to not post before him. Images were floating around for 2K prior. Blogs weren't paying. And I'm just like, interesting.
The dark market of sneakers. That's weird.
It's I mean, like, you gotta respect the hustle to a certain extent, but I just thought it was weird
I mean,
that
like,
I'd never thought of it.
if you have a collab with Nike, is the $2,000 gonna do anything? Like, is that worth it? Like, I would rather post sick photos to my own Instagram and get
Yeah,
enough. If I did it first and like a Seth didn't leak it or whatever the case,
yeah,
and I feel like you'd get enough kickback on the people engaging with it, followers, new people, like that it would be worth more than the $2,000. So I don't
it's
get the
just
value
weird.
there, but
It'd be like Joe Fresh Goods reaching out to Nice Kicks, being like, "Yo, pay me $5,000 and I'll send you the
yeah, it's
actual
weird.
photos of my
Or
new."
Salehi, who's like the GOAT creator right
Yeah,
now. If Salehi
yeah,
was
yeah,
doing that, everyone would be like, "What? You're weird."
yeah. Obviously, like, different levels, but
I get it.
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
just, interesting.
I just thought that was a really weird story. But on to
That
the
is
next
weird.
thing. What we got?
Drake back at it again with the Nike Nocta. Is that how you say Nocta? Nocta?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I posted a video talking about the drop of these, and people
Oh
were like,
no,
"Yeah, on how I said Nocta," which I don't know what I said there, but Nocta
there's no
Nike
telling.
Hot Step 2. This is the completely orange and chrome colorway. This is the
Yeah.
total orange.
Outside of this colorway, I don't think this is my favorite colorway. Obviously, it's a little loud, but I think this shoe looks really good. It looks way
Dude, this shoe
better
is
than the
sick. The
originals.
shoe model has so much potential.
Yeah, like just that textured upper, the air unit in the heel, the metallic like vented sides. Like,
I love
That's
the
sick.
mini swoosh on the toe box. The side paneling
Same.
looks like a foam posit, but it looks like what a foam posit should have been, where it looks way more natural. The
Yo.
chrome with the venting looks like the side of a car. Little air units kind of hidden. Toe box looks really nice. The tongue looks really nice. The insoles are even chrome. Heel looks
Did they
great. A lot
show
of
did they
rip on
show
the
photos
outside.
of the bottom?
I'm not seeing
Because
any
people
photos of the bottom.
there may be people were posting photos of side by sides of like Dragon Balls, and it
I
looks
did
like
see that. Yep.
it looks like the same kind of imagery, and I thought that was fascinating. I mean, I don't know if there was a meaning to that, but I just think it's cool. Retail price, I think, is what, $200?
$200.
Kind of steep, but it's a Drake shoe, so I'm sure. Well, actually, I mean, like his shoes haven't been going crazy, so
I honestly, I think I might have to get a pair of these.
I would.
Orange is bold, but they look sick.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what other colorways they do, but out of all the other Drake shoes, I think these look sick. I actually really like the white pair, like the ones he just dropped. If that was a different color, I would probably go for those too. But the white is just, they had those at Kith too. So I got to actually see them and I was like, they're clean. Like they're not bad. I'm curious to see how those turn out. But what's next?
Um,
I think it's the Air Max Day, Air Max
the DN.
186s of
Um,
these.
so
There
we
we
got some new
go.
colorways.
Ugh.
Light blue.
Yeah, so Nike just unveiled 6 new colorways of the Air Max DNs. I think all of these are set to release later this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. What do you think about these? Would you rock
So
any of these colorways?
let's go through the colorways. So first of all, we have the half blue, light blue upper. I like this colorway. It's clean, very
It's
summer
not bad.
spring vibes. Then we have the light Orwood brown. These are probably my favorite so far. Dark brown
I
in the
dig
middle.
that. Yeah,
Then we have the Volts. These are super bright. Figured Volt
classic
gray.
Nike.
Yep, it's very very bright, very trainer vibes. We
I
have a
like the
black and white
metallic
pair.
hits on the side. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah, the
design that
black
they
and
have
white
on
looks good.
these.
See,
Black and
that
white.
I love. The like little nubs that they do on the upper. I think it's so
Mhm.
clean.
All black with a little purple hue on the heel and the midsole.
That one's fine.
Those are the anthracites and then the triple black to wrap it up.
Meh.
What do you think about this model?
I like didn't really care about it at first, seeing the Supreme colorways, but I feel like which one's that? Is that the?
The OG.
Oh, that is the OG. I like that. That's not bad.
I just got
It's
it
not like
in
my
today.
favorite colorway, but
They had a shock drop of the OG colorway. Did a little rush shipping. I'm gonna get a video out tomorrow on them, just to get a video out quick on them. And
yeah,
I don't know, they're crazy in hand. I'll tell you that. The air units are pretty nuts looking,
I agree.
but
Have you tried them yet?
have not tried them on yet. But review tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned and you'll know.
There you go.
But it's cool. I
Potential.
look forward to seeing them messing around with different materials and textures and kind of
Mhm.
really seeing how far the silhouette can go, because I think there is potential. But
I agree. It
it's
could
a
be
little
a
out there.
Roshi, that's for sure. I mean, it's
Or like Air
one of
Max
those shoes that when you
270.
see it in person, you're like, that's cool looking. Like it's different.
Yeah,
It's different enough.
it's about time.
Air Max Day coming up. We got another 1986 Air Max. These are super ugly. All blue royal upper with a Volt yellow midsole. I don't get the thing. I don't get it. What the hell
I
are
would
these?
rock these.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think I would buy them, but I would rock them. Well, they're very. It's like so. It's the follow-up pair to the. I think it was 2014. They did a red version of these, and I don't know why, but I just have
Gotcha.
such vivid memories of being on Instagram at the time and seeing everybody posting the red with the Volt, and I was like, that pair I didn't like. But I think after a few years, I saw them again, and I was like, these are not terrible, but I think it looks better on the blue than it does the red. It's
Yeah,
one
these
of
are
those where it's
disgusting.
like
Couldn't pay me to
it's
wear
a
these.
summer shoe. Like I don't know what I would wear with this, but
They look like 8-year-old Charlie is designing them and just decides to put like in the Nike customizer back in 2010 and just decides to put Volt in the midsole. Like it's
yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. I don't know why they don't do more for quote unquote Air Max Day. Also, Air
They
Max
don't do
Day,
enough
dude.
for
Like,
it.
what's up with these made up holidays? Trying to build hype for.
I know we don't need it.
I just don't care.
These are
Like,
cool.
whatever.
Another dad shoe. These are like the P6000s kind of vibes. These are the Air
Yeah,
Pegasus K5s in the coconut milk colorway coming this summer.
I
These are
really
gas.
like these. I
Yeah, these are
really
gas. I
like
could
these.
wear these to the ground. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm so curious, and I know we talked about this. I think when we originally saw the lineup for like retro sneakers that Jordan Brand or Nike was bringing back, but like this is probably my favorite silhouette out of the bunch, and this is definitely the best colorway they've done so far, and it just gives me hope. I'm like,
I
okay,
agree. This is by far the best colorway, and I like that they
like,
have full length Nike Air too. So these
yeah,
are
oh, it's
probably
cool.
really comfortable.
Yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more, man. But this one's a good start. Definitely a good start.
I agree with you. I'm here for it.
Run it up, man.
Speaking about Joe Fresh Goods, New Balance 1000 collab. I've never even seen this model. These are crazy looking.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know it's like a retro model. I don't know anything about it. I don't think I've seen any other colorways, so it's new to me as well. But
Pink and
yeah,
tan, this first colorway we're seeing with crazy insoles.
look at the tongue tag. That
Oh,
dude
there's another color.
got the little airbrush flames on them.
That's
But
cool. And then it looks like we got another color. It's like a copper. Looks like the almost like the eggplant foam posits, but less purple.
yeah, go back to the shot of the tongue. You know what that really reminds me of is the Air Max 95. It is
It
like the
does, yep.
lacing system and the overlay on the tongue for the laces to go in. Well, not
Yeah,
that
I
part. Yeah,
agree.
but it's like it's really interesting. What do you think about these? Like, would you? I like the pink pair personally, but I don't think I would like go for them. You know?
I think in another lifetime where I have a lot more style when it comes to clothing, I would love these, but and I think I subconsciously like these because I think I could pull them off, but I don't. I
Yeah,
don't think I could pull them off. Not these colorways, at least. They're cool though.
dude.
They're
I would
fun.
another callback to the Complex podcast. Again, I'm just going to keep referencing them, but they were talking about this silhouette or this release specifically and the rollout where we saw like the original kind of like leaked quote unquote photos of this shoe that were going around. Apparently, I thought this was genius. So, is it Paris Fashion Week? One of the events they had, someone that worked for New Balance, just a full like marketing thing. They printed out a number of flyers that had those images on them of this shoe, like the side of
Mm.
it that said JFG on it and New Balance 1000, and they just like dropped them on the ground just to see if anybody would pick them up. Lo and behold, someone picked them up, posted them. Then the blog started taking it, and I was like, "See that? That is how you do it,
That's fun marketing. That's true guerrilla marketing.
where you're just like, let's see if someone picks it up. Like, do people really care? And they do. So I thought that was crazy, and
I
I want
like
to see
that.
more of
Yeah, that's
that.
fun.
Yeah, way better than someone leaking a shoe. It's just like,
Or
yo,
having blogs pay for the images.
yeah.
All right. Let's end it off with a fun one. Off-white baller basketball shoe.
I
the
really want to
basketballs
hate
on
this
your
shoe,
feet.
man. I think there's another colorway that I saw. I don't remember which one it was,
What
but I
other
really
colorway do
like.
you do besides basketball colored?
Look them up. Look up off-white baller shoe. I think there's like maybe one with diamonds on it or like some like black and green. I know I saw a few, but I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not a great looking shoe, but I want to rock them, man. That pair. I want those, dude.
Those are the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I want them. Wear them to a football game, just stunting. Or basketball game. It's a
Virgil
basketball,
would
but
be
it looks
disappointed
like a
in
football.
something like this. Put shame on his name. Unless he
That's what
designed
I.
them, then they're all him, but
My comment on all the blogs that posted these photos were just, I miss Virgil.
yeah, this is the downfall.
What are they going for? What does it say? Like, because they're earlies, I'm assuming. So I don't think they're out.
I'm not seeing
Maybe they
any
are.
prices on anything.
Lame.
Not seeing
Lame.
any prices.
We're gonna have to get matching pairs. That'd be cute.
Yeah, really. I'm out on those. I can't rock those. Those are crazy.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's
Sweet.
pretty much it, man. Got to get back into the groove of things. Get this podcast going again. I missed it. Missed it so much.
I agree.
missed you.
I'm
missed
all on
you,
board
Charlie.
now,
That
man.
was it. Hell yeah. Hell
Well,
yeah.
sweet.
Next week it is.
Thanks for listening.
Appreciate it. Peace out.
Peace.